right? Who they are.
And Rachel's bringing a new piece to this besides the video. She's our fabulous addition to our DEI committee. And she is going to tell you a little something you can do if you want to support the Arab American community.
Yeah, so one of the things that we were talking about as a committee is, okay, so these videos are awesome and it's such like a great way to introduce something, but now like what else can we do? Like what else can we, especially like local to LA, like what is here? And in researching Arab American Heritage Month in LA, there's like no events, there's not a lot of communities. It's very scarce, and that I think is kind of telling. But what I did find, and I had no idea, that in Anaheim, there is a Little Arabia, and it's in, what was it, 2014 is when it was like established. It took 4 years of like begging the city to become like known as this little district. And it is home to like 20, there's like 29 restaurants and bakeries, there's like hookah lounges, there's community services, there's some mosques, some churches, and it's just like its own little community. And I think that's awesome. So we should all go check it out.
I agree.
It's fun.
I'm sure there's something in Westwood.
29
Yeah.
restaurants. We might have to take a couple days.
29 restaurants / like bakery, dessert, like food tour.
Yeah.
Very cool. Have me at hookah.
If, unless,
You know that part.
I do want to open this up. If anybody knows of local organizations that we can bring to light to support, please let us know. So we can feature them throughout the month.
Yeah, I'll ask West Side has a
Yeah.
strong Persian community, right? And there's a strong Persian presence along Westwood Boulevard.
Yep.
Below Santa Monica and above Santa Monica. So I'll ask over there too.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Diversity Committee,
Yeah.
very much. All right, next we have. Congratulations, Bella and George. We have a new baby, Andre. He was born on February 25th. Bea, who works with Laura and her husband, who works right next door at or across the street at Chase Bank. They welcomed their first baby,
Andres.
Andreas, right?
Sorry, can you say that again? So George works across.
George works at Chase and Bea here with Laura. Yep. Excellent. Congratulations to them and sending them love and all the best wishes possible. We love babies.
Mhm.
Charlotte Blake. Charlotte is one of our ALC members, and we're going to be featuring an ALC member every week, and they're going to talk about their portion of their committee. Their committee is what I'm trying to get at, right?
Haven't seen that picture. So
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
You need to speak directly to that. I think it was an image that Paula.
My headshot is 22 years old, so
Yeah.
didn't seem appropriate. Yeah, so what we talked about, which Lorna's idea, which I thought was an excellent one at our retreat on Friday, was that a lot of people in the office don't realize why we're sitting up here and who we are. So we are the Agent Leadership Council, and we all run committees. Obviously, you guys know Lorna, Tracy, Rachel do the diversity because you see their videos every week. I run the Career Development Committee. It used to be called Productivity, and it's basically the education committee for the office. So we pride ourselves on really providing a lot of education to agents, both new and old. Many of you have probably done Ignite, which is the kind of ongoing thing, but just wanted to throw it out there. Please reach out to me if you feel there's anything missing, if there's something that you want to learn about that isn't part of the calendar that Paula puts together so wonderfully, or maybe there's something that's been touched on that you feel would benefit the office to go a little bit deeper on as well. I'd love to know about that and help facilitate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and also to that point is that we have a ton of resources, and it's a undigestible amount of resources in one bite. So if you have a specific need, there's probably a 50% chance that the resource already exists and the information or the class already exists. And we'll help you find access to it. And on the other hand, we want to provide that, because if you're curious about it, then other people will.
Yeah, and especially for the new agents, when you first start, you kind of get a lot of emails and stuff, and it can be overwhelming. And I'm not asking you to call me about how you get your business cards made, because honestly, I don't know. You know, but Paola's really good about getting back to you on emails and just pointing you towards those existing resources. But there's always things for every single one of us to learn. And I'm sure you hear me talking too much up here about kind of latest things about taxes or evictions or whatever. It's just sort of my interest, I guess.
Curiosity.
Yeah, and so I'm happy to provide that resource, whether it's a class or, you know, maybe we just have somebody do a webinar or whatever. Just reach out.
Please, thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. Excellent. All right, next we have KW happenings this week. The award ceremony is tomorrow at the Pendry. That is 11 to 2. It's you know, dress your interpretation of festive, right? All are welcome, right? All are welcome, and we encourage everyone to be there. There is there's parking. Well, I should say there's parking is more expensive than $20, but we have made a deal with them to get it down to $20 on site, and I'm not sure about off-site parking. It's the hotel. Paula's going to come and tell you where that parking is. You got to come out of the. You know, you can project, giving
Yeah.
your,
I am very loud.
giving your.
So parking is, it's on the hotel, the Pendry Hotel. The award ceremony is at the Pendry Residences. The address is the same for both. So when you go in, it's on the Sunset Strip near Saddle Ranch, that area. So street parking is very complicated, but just plug in the address, this address, 8420 Sunset Boulevard on your GPS. Go in, and when you go in, the hotel is to the left and the residence is to the right. It's just the same complex. Valet has a little tent out there, so just go to valet, drop your keys, and then you'll be good to go. Just know when you drop off your keys, you don't go through that door. Go in the opposite direction, right in front of it. If that makes sense.
Sunset, it's not.
Yes.
It's not Sunset, it's not behind.
It's on Sunset, and then you go down a little bit, and then it's
So it
right
is
there.
behind.
Yeah.
Behind the hotel. Yeah, I think it might be Olive.
We encourage carpooling,
Yes,
make a friend, go together, right?
yeah,
Make it easy.
yeah.
Thank you.
We're excited to see you there tomorrow.
You love
Paula
buckets.
has worked very, very hard putting this together, and we're very, very excited. There's going to be food and beverages.
Yeah.
We have some, and we sponsored some champagne for champagne
Yeah, I
roast,
don't
and we have some food and we're very excited.
Yay.
All right, and so we'll see you tomorrow between 11 and 2. Upcoming classes. Let's see, what do we have? We have the morning show, which is a barn burner every day, all day, right?
All day, all night. Yep.
Sharing love and information every morning at 9 a.m. All are welcome again. I have FOMO when I'm not on it. I encourage you all to get on it.
It's a great thing, and things come out of that, like Melanie needs a scripts practice partner. So if you're interested in practicing some scripts, get in touch with Melanie.
Excellent. Yeah, wants and needs are filled.
Yeah.
And lots of questions are answered.
That's right.
Right?
And questions are brought up that are unanswerable.
Yeah.
And it's Yeah. a bucket filler.
It's
It is a bucket.
for sure. For sure. Okay, next is Chrissy this week has tomorrow define your value. Also generate your leads, grow your database. No class on Monday. Capture your leads with open houses, capture your leads with social media, capture your leads with open houses on Tuesday, and capture your leads with social media. Somebody help me, is Monday
It's Easter Monday.
it's Easter Monday? Okay,
Mhm.
who knew it was a thing?
Yes. sir.
I went to Catholic school, the whole 9 yards.
Me too.
I guess I did have golf. Makes sense. Okay, next is tech, I believe, if I had to guess. And that is tomorrow, nurture your database, which we all should be doing. DocuSign 101 on Friday. Command overview bonus, life in tax services, okay, at 2 p.m. Which can't hurt. Also website 201 on Tuesday and consumer app overview on Wednesday. Get in there and learn more. They're all amazing tools for your business.
It is.
Okay, KWRI classes for proven lead gen tactics to thrive in the current market. This is about now, guys. This is about having conversations that are applicable to the market we're in right now. There is that's on April 4th through 13th at 7 a.m. And it was at 7 a.m. Central Time, I believe. I'm gonna no. Oh, it's 7 a.m. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, all right. So 7 a.m. You know, lay in bed, drink your coffee, and listen to the musings of how to lead generate in this market. It's about dealing with the opportunities. Every market has an opportunity, multiple opportunities. This market, in fact, has for sellers.
Yeah.
Competition's low, right? And desire is high. Buyers are back, and sellers can really take advantage of this particular market and receive benefit from it. Buyers who can be aggressive with their purchases can also see a benefit in finding properties that may be a little long in the tooth. Right, a seller who had a misappropriated expectation, and who are feel motivated, right? So please use this information. It's a great. You do have to register for it, so get in there and register, and then get on there as much as you possibly can. April calendar is now available. Paula, you went through all the trouble of making it.
Yeah, it's available. Full drive, the massive folder.
You download it to your desktop. It's clickable all the way. The links are on there. One stop.
Everything. And it's also attached to pretty much every single email that we send out. So
Excellent.
click on it, get on it.
Thank you, girl.
Makes it easy. Try to make it easy for you. Okay. Next is. It's like a vacuum. There's no street noise.
I know.
It's freaking me
God,
out.
it's making me think of the aliens are coming.
Andy.
It's me.
Make some noise.
Okay, Calahafa, you guys, we talked about it last week and the week before, and maybe even the week before that. The new Dream for All program that is out, there are education requirements. In general, there are education requirements for any sort of government assistance programs. This particular program, the Dream for All, requires a two-part education piece. One, the buyer has to take an 8-hour online or in-person education course. The cost is about $100. The second piece is they are required to do a 30-minute counseling session on the phone with a Calahafa representative.
I'm messing around.
Let me just say, if anyone is interested, if anybody has clients interested in this program, even if maybe they don't qualify, if we don't know that they don't qualify yet or whatever, if somebody is interested, it is taking right now, this program is brand spanking new. Right now, it's 30 to 45 days to get an appointment for the 30-minute session.
Yep.
As they get more inundated with this program, those timelines could increase. So I strongly suggest have somebody get in line, do the education, get pre-approved. Also, I'm suggesting let's get a backup plan in place for pre-approval, right? A different program. If it's 3% down, if it's a different Cal HAFA program, whatever that looks like, have a plan B as well. The program is a little fluid. They initially said 300 million, then it's 500 million. I've heard talks that they're going to increase it to $1 billion. We don't know. Long story short, if anybody has the slightest interest, start doing the education. I sent out the links yesterday. I'm happy to answer questions. I have a fact sheet. If anybody wants it, you can send it out. You can cut and paste, whatever you want to do to answer basic questions.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Not in my brain saying, should I get my daughter in line or something?
Yeah.
Just the whole place, right?
You know, the other Cal HAFA requires the education piece too. So it doesn't hurt to have it under your belt, even if you don't use the program. From a market perspective, we've seen some relief in the last couple of days. The jobs report, the ADP jobs report came out today. It was lower than anticipated. I mean, signs,
Right?
the economy is slowing, fewer jobs were created. The BLS, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics report, comes out on Friday. That is the big one. That's the one that the Fed is eyeing. We're anticipating the numbers to be lower than expected. That means the economy is slowing. We are headed into that recession we've been talking about for a year. We started talking about this like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Things are starting to slow. Unemployment rate will start to shift up. We've seen the bond market, mortgage rates love it. So we've seen some relief in the last couple of days. So
Are they buying in the bond market, or the government hasn't started buying yet?
no.
But investors?
Yeah, so what's happening now is, you know, all of a sudden we're hearing talks of the Fed possibly pumping the brakes on future rate hikes. And that's an indicator that the economy is slowing, it's doing its job, there's lagging indicators and so forth. And them saying or indicating that they're going to put a pause on it means that inflation's coming down. And mortgage bonds love that. Inflation eats away at investment and return on investment for mortgage-backed securities. A long-term investment, if let's just say you buy a 30-year mortgage note today and you're going to hold it and service it, chances are you're never going to see a return. That loan's going to be refinanced in the next 12 to 18 months. That's why interest rates are high. Investors are like, no, we're good for now. Let's let inflation come down. Let's then get in when rates come down. So
We'll ride it up.
we're going, and May 10th, we're expecting those numbers. So
PPIO.
yeah.
I'm
That's it.
excited. Yay. All right, thank you, Andy. Okay, Ben, how's it going, bud?
Good. Hey guys. I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. But yeah, I'm a big proponent of that Cal HAFA program. I already got my family members in line for that kind of stuff too. So hopefully, you know, it works out. Couple announcements. The ULA's tax just went into effect, as you guys know or don't know. So just keep that conversation, you know, keep that in mind. You have a listing 5 million and above. And then property taxes are due and late as of the 10th at 5 p.m. So keep that in mind. And then of course we have the personal taxes, which is coming up on the 18th. And you know, for everyone that wants to save a little bit on write-offs, you can always contribute 6,000 to the IRA contributions yearly. So do that. If you're above a certain age, I believe you can go up to 7,000. But yeah, those are the information for you guys.
Thanks, Ben. That's a
All right.
lot of focus there. Great. Thank you, sir.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. David, hi, Christina. How are you? I heard you were Take a little vacay. Yeah, okay. They pull you back in. All right, birthdays. Is that next or anniversaries? Oh my, how am I supposed to read that?
Don't,
So many,
don't,
that's a
don't.
lot.
Look it up later.
19 years. Wow, Michelle Mena, 17, Josephine McReynolds, 16, Aviv, 16, John Dewson, 14, Stacy Lumbreezer, 14, James Presley, 13, Tiffany, 11 years. What? Moon Kim and Pam McMurray, Daria and Mark Zecca, 11 years. Young Herb, 9 years. Gwen Williams, 3 years. Martin Chavez and Sylvia, 6 years. Andrew Keller, 1 year. Nicholas Pauda, 1 year. Let's see, Judy Lee, 4 years. Wow. Wow, where does it go? Wow. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Time,
A lot of lifers you got here.
a lot of like 11 years. I mean, I remember interviewing Tiffany.
I remember when Tiffany got here.
Right?
That's fun.
She put me through the ringer, but then she signed up, right?
She was just a baby.
Any words of wisdom? She was a baby.
Any words of wisdom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Stick with it.
That's a good one.
With it, it'll pay off. Find
Yeah.
out.
it's wonderful to see your evolution, right, over the last few years. Your stats. Excellent. Congrats. All right, let's go from anniversaries to birthdays. Let's see, this week is Andrea Lee and Chris Brockman both have birthdays this week. All right, it's a light week for births.
Oh my God.
Closed escrows this week, Michael Wegman on Newgate, Adam Pergaman on Commonwealth, Laura Anderson and San Marino, and Rachel and Tiffany on Araya. Congratulations, you guys. Yay. Some new escrows, Scott Keller on Kings, Christina and Doncher on Kern, David Holly on Alco, Samantha on Oxford, Moon Kim on Kimball, Dragana on 15th, Gina Schoen on Wilshire, and Antron on Graham. One month up there. Closed leases. We got Matthew Lave on 18th, Gina Schoen on Plaza, Del Amo, and Beatrice.
Yeah.
It's all open road from there, right? Okay, very exciting. New listings. Single families, we have. Sir Strong has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,125 square feet on Hill Park Drive for lots of 9,699,999. Just a smidge under 700,000. Bates-Huntington on Lysander. Is
Get that Lysander, Lysander,
You want to talk about that?
pick whichever you like. Yes, it is a trust sale. It wasn't probate, but we got it out of there. So it's a trust sale. It's 4 bedrooms, well, actually 3 bedrooms and a family room. The family room downstairs is being used as a bedroom. It's a small lot. And there's some storage units that are probably going to remain with the property that are there. It's across from a park, but it's really a nice part of Carson. If you're looking for something that's a little bit larger, your client's looking for something a little larger, come on through. Delon's going to be having it open on Saturday. In case you guys didn't know, Delon Adams joined the Bates-Huntington team. So she'll be holding it open on Saturday. We're getting a lot of calls because the price point is fab. So come check it out if you can.
Good, all right.
Yep.
Excellent. Is that 2 stories?
It is 2 stories.
How much do you think it's right now?
Clueless, but I can try and look that up for you. Me and Carson, we're just getting to know each other.
What's the question?
How much you could rent out?
Oh, okay. All right, it looks nice.
Yeah.
All right, also, Horace Davenport, we like to call him Champ Davenport. He has what looks a ranch type, property in,
Like my style
Silmar.
right there.
Yeah,
Cool.
past that, right? You definitely get some stuff for the house and, those. 3 bedroom, 3 baths, 1,720 square feet for 2.699. I believe that probably comes with a little land.
And maybe those horns, those ox
That
horns.
is a
Like a-
long,
It's like an antique shop.
it does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I'm all over that. In complete contrast. Kimberly, Park, Kim have a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 870 square feet of ultra modern spots, on Hope Street for $599,000.
Oh, cool.
Pete Bonacor, has a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,370 square feet. At, on 8th, is that Molina Lofts, Trish, Pete, or Pete? No, that's textile.
That's cool.
Millsack,
Mm,
795 with 1,370 square feet. Is that, are they, partition bedrooms, Pete? What is? Excellent.
Mills Act, that's a big saver.
that's a huge property.
The
tax.
Mills Act, that's a
Oh,
big saver.
Yeah. Yeah,
Big,
yeah.
amazing.
Especially in this, in a condo. Excellent. Excellent. Also, Pete, you want to talk about Hobart? Because that is a special property.
That is so
Yes,
pretty.
It doesn't do it justice.
Really?
It is meticulously restored property in a really nice area.
Yeah, it's Margaret Heights.
Yeah.
And yeah, my client wanted 2,009, stored it, spent hundreds of carriage house, spent hundreds of dollars with the historic architect, store that. It's
Mm.
pretty special and everything's done. It's goes back also.
Mm-hmm.
It's just beautifully.
So
So
pretty.
if anyone has a.
Yeah, it's, you're transported back to a different time and space, right? But it has all of the, it has
So
all of
pretty,
the
though, like,
updated amenities.
nice.
Yeah, the details are great. Pass through from the kitchen to the dining room and, butler's pantry, old school butler's pantry and the bedrooms, it's a 4 or 5 bedrooms upstairs. 5 bedrooms upstairs, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And a really cool carriage house that looks like a barn. Keep picture of me hanging up the hayloft. Yeah. Yes,
That is.
very, very cool. Very cool property.
Will it be open this weekend? No. Because open tomorrow.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, next is Laura Anderson's property on Arlington. It's two units, a duplex, I should say, 6,390 square foot lot. One of the units is a 3 bedroom, 3 bath, the other is 2 and 2, and it's 1.116 and looks to be pretty done. That looks like it must be the same developer as also because he loves that school. No, I was going to say the lighting fixture. The lighting-
Deliver bacon,
There you
is
go.
it bacon?
And both roofs are totally done.
I might have a bio.
That's nice. One.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We think it's Redwood.
There we go. There we go.
The guest house. Like a little mini crowd.
You think Sunday you'll be okay with an open?
Yeah, well, it's open, 1 to 3.
So it's 2 on a lot,
It's 2 on a lot.
full house, and
And
then
a big, and a
and then
big,
ADU.
and a big, like, across from the guest house.
All right, that's totally done also.
Yeah.
About Saturday.
What do you
It's
think?
big.
Sunday's
Sunday
Easter.
Oh. Okay.
What do you think that rent will look?
I don't know,
That's Jefferson Park.
Jefferson Park, what is it, each unit?
Three, standalone house and a two, auxiliary unit.
I think you probably could get close to four.
Four, three,
Yeah, and the 2 bedroom, 2 bath,
32.
32.
Okay, that's, 7,200 per month times 12,
It's not bad.
not bad at all. It's
I'll take it.
actually, yeah. Is that, yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going, Brian?
All good, just prepping for our guest speaker.
Okay, we do have a guest speaker today from CoStar, who's gonna, talk to us about CoStar. But first, let's go through this. Leases. We have Stacy Hahn has a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,100 square feet, $2,100 on Fifth Avenue. Also, Christina Kim has, Panorama Way. Where is that?
So it's like right off of Sunset, south of Silver Lake. So it's technically Los Angeles, but it's like right in Silver Lake at the park area. Like right up, it's straight up on the top of the hill. It's got probably one of the sickest views downtown LA. It's got about a 200-degree view.
Wow.
It's a tri-level small lot. So it's 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath. And it's got a adjoining oversized balcony that you can do indoor outdoor entertaining from. And it's again, it's new construction, owner occupied, owner has to move based on work. And so we're renting this out, just came on the market. So you have someone looking for something like that,
It has great proximity to downtown.
attached to car garage. From downtown, it's maybe like, I don't want to say 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's right by Sunset Junction.
Excellent.
Is that the one that's near the entrance to the park?
Yeah. So no, I think no roads, was it? So they had 2 new construction. I'm sure you went and saw.
I've seen this, all of them, and I'm just
Yeah.
trying, one of them, there for the Elysian Park, there's an entrance, which is great hiking, that's what.
Yeah, so they're backing right into that hiking trail. And then there's a lovely peacock that, things around the neighborhood every day.
Don't hit it with your car,
Please, thank you.
it will run into your car, you will get a ticket if it runs into your car, just FYI.
Sounds like you got some experience.
Carefully avoid it, but
So like right there in Leisure Park, like where it's Stadium Way, there is actually a preservation for these peacocks over there.
which is why you get the ticket.
All right, we went deep on that one, and let's, next is, income properties. We have, Andy has some dental words, you can't, don't make her laugh. Joseph Lee, has a, 2 units, 1, 2 bed, 1, 2 and 2, 1, 2 and 1, 11,000 square foot lot in Pasadena. on Orange
Wow.
Road,
This is very cute.
1.270.
I showed this over the weekend. It's
Yeah.
a very cute property, not right for my clients. It's in a really, really lovely section of Pasadena. Really walkable, not a lot of density there. The lot is huge. A lot of it is in the front, but you could hedge it off and give 1 unit, 1 yard, and
Yeah.
the other, you could put ADUs in it, you could put a pool in it. It is vacant.
Wow.
The upper unit needs a little zhuzhing, but it does have central heat and air. Lower unit is done. The way I would have done it, but done. And has mini splits.
Nice.
But it's, yeah, I was bummed my clients decided to pass on it, but it's a great little property.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, next we have, Lori Anderson on Arlington, which, we just
Which
did
is
that,
not
right?
to talk about.
It's a 2-part.
Good to see it again.
What's up, brother?
Don't make me laugh.
All right, okay, so, James, Patronella is here. Is that correct, James? I grew up in South Philly. I think I got a pretty decent. James is, come on. Oh, but that was your entry music. James
We're
is,
complaining about lack of noise, so.
James is our CoStar rep, and he's going to talk about the CoStar product. It's a commercial search and research engine. Would that be a fair, something like the commercial real estate?
Not baby.
MLS, but
More than that, yeah, much.
I mean, the research pieces, I mean, it's really where it's at. You know, it's before technology really took off, but CoStar was a data company that diligently gathered information about commercial properties in an analog way. Right? I closed a commercial property years ago. I got the call from CoStar, 2 days later, they're like, and their survey of questions that you want to cooperate with because you want to use the resource later on down the line, right? And now with you've grown with technology in such a massive way that it is an amazing tool for those who need it.
Thanks for the introduction.
Boom, there you go.
I have a little deck I'll run through, but I just want to give you a little background on CoStar. We're a commercial real estate company that's been around for over 35 years. We kind of invented commercial real estate research. We're making our way into residential. We bought homes and HomeSnap. So I think this year you'll see us go to residential. But I think as you guys look at your clients, how often do your clients look to you for doing commercial real estate? So it's kind of how you may want to think about potentially using CoStar. Just bear with me while I bring this up. So just a little, I'll be quick with this slide, and I want to do a couple live searches. I just want to give you a little background on who CoStar is and how we build the database. So when you look at the CoStar database, it's a census of every commercial property. It's multifamily, 4 units and above, every retail building, every office building, every industrial building with 35 years of history. So we census the commercial real estate, and then we track all the activity on that asset, when it sold, who bought it, what the loan is on that property. We actually own 29 companies that make up CoStar. We're not just in the US, we're global, we're across the world now. And when you look at the companies that make up CoStar, CoStar is where all the content resides. So you got Homes, HomeSnap, that's going to be start funneling into CoStar. We own LoopNet, we own apartments.com as well. So if I'm looking up an apartment building and I want to see the comps in the area, rent comps, sale comps, it's all automated right into CoStar. I saw that duplex up in Pasadena. So think of that, that's CoStar. And many of you may know LoopNet. You guys have used LoopNet before. It's free to search LoopNet. Think of LoopNet as like the Zillow or Redfin for commercial properties, no problem. So you only that's just the tip of the iceberg on LoopNet. When you get CoStar, you get all the research. There's also 50% more listings on CoStar. So think about that as you come into a situation where you want to do commercial real estate research. LoopNet's there for marketing. CoStar is that deeper dive. Now the kind of the cool part, like how do we build this database? It's really we invented it, and it's an elaborate methodology. So 5,000 employees, roughly 2,000 are research oriented. They're tracking sales. They're talking to brokers. They're talking to you guys whenever you have a deal or something. We're canvassing the market. We have a plane. We have a drone. So it's all these different ways we incorporate the latest technology to capture the database. So it's real time. It's changing every single day. And again, it's a census database of the commercial real estate. We're tracking the listings. We're tracking sale comps, photography. We track what's under construction, what's proposed. Now, this is a big piece that's kind of relevant today, is tracking loans. We track loans on the asset, when the loan's maturing, and who the lender was, the loan to value. And that's important because if a loan's maturing, that investor might want to transact. They may want to sell up 1031 out of that that property. So keep that in mind with your, if you're doing commercial, obviously is your day-to-day, or if you want to do more commercial, those are situations that could lead to transactions. And on top of that, it's just, automating the data collection. We have a big investment in doing it. We're a public company. We were public in '98. And we're doing pretty well with the company. I want to touch on this part too, because CoStar, it's this one-stop shop where everything comes into the database. So we have our own research, we have the companies we own, and then we have these third-party data feeds. So we basically have the property record in CoStar, and then we tie in all these other data sources. So, for example, First American, we partner with them to get all the loan data, the parcel data. In Texas is CMBS loan data. Newstar's demographic data. So if you have a certain demographic for your investor, and they really like Long Beach, well, I could plug in that demographic across LA and say, well, have you looked at these other particular demographics? So we do free training. So if you guys are interested in getting an account, we can make sure you get the customization that you need. I'll just touch on this part because I think it's really valuable part of the database. It's 70 journalists. They're like beat reporters. They're like writing real-time news stories. So a lot of times we tell our clients, you basically get your CoStar, you sit down on your computer, you can customize all the news. So if you're into retail, we can make all the news retail oriented, multifamily, and so on. The marketing center, this is something where we've basically created like a back-end system. So you can track how your listing is performing on LoopNet and how it's tracking on CoStar. For those of you that have LoopNet, we can kind of do a deeper dive on this, but it's important because you can see who's clicking on your listing, which I think is really valuable. Who's viewing my listing? How often are they spending on my listing? And oftentimes it's like buying a home, you know where you want to be. So the business owner is the same way. They know where they want to be. How often are they spending time on that listing? So you can we can tell you other listings they're looking at, contact names and phone numbers too. This is also another piece I think is really valuable, the 90 economists and analysts in the system too. Any questions so far? Is that
What's the commercial market like these days?
slower than what it was? But the way I see it is all our investor clients, they made a ton of money over the last 5 to 10 years. So they're sitting back, they're recalibrating, reevaluating, but I think they're starting to get prepared for the next phase. So.
And for that, the necessity for access to good information to create a compelling conversation with these investors.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I think is, one of my clients, he held out for a while after buying CoStar. And he finally bought. He said, the reason I bought CoStar is because I didn't realize when I was negotiating with that other guy, that other broker, how big of a portfolio was. He was an owner, had a huge portfolio. If I knew that going into my negotiation, I would have taken a whole different approach to negotiating that. And we tell you who the whole portfolio of that ownership, when they bought, what they're like, what else how long they've been around for.
What's the leverage?
Yeah, right. So I think that's a big component of CoStar as well. And it's oftentimes it's overlooked, but you can look up any of your clients and see how big their portfolio is. And then, then you can come back and have an intelligent conversation. So.
And you can find that even if it's hidden behind LLCs?
Yeah, so CoStar's model is to track the true owners of the LLCs. So the LLC is what's recorded on the deed, but we do the research to find out who the true ownership is. And then we link it all up across their whole portfolio. So.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. But fire away.
It's like, well, I just read that you are trying to get into residential, and since the majority of agents in our office do residential, in what way? Like, what would that look like? Obviously, you bought.
I think well, what we operate marketplaces. We've done really well with apartments.com and LoopNet. So those two are very similar. They dominate their markets. Same with CoStar, but CoStar is a data source. But LoopNet and apartments.com are very similar. And I think you'll see that with homes in homes too. So I could see us trying to be the Zillow or the Redfin with homes.com.
And looking for us, we're not. big
I was
fans
just gonna-
of Zillow.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of,
But you are not a broker or an
Yeah.
iBuyer,
no, we're just,
so we like
Okay.
it better.
yeah, that's.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Until we do, yeah. Today.
They weren't trying to.
Yeah, we. just-
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Sure. Distress sales. So you will, because it'll be listed for sale on CoStar and you can filter it down. A little more details.
Relisting, probate, relisting, NODs, probate, stuff like that. They're like property.
Yeah, I mean, within CoStar you will, but sometimes we don't really get it. We don't have all of them, you know what I mean? You know. It's free to list in CoStar, so the audience on CoStar is going to be your brokers and principals. So if you have a listing and you're trying to sell a building for $5 million and we talk to us, it'll go to CoStar and all the brokers and the principals will see it on CoStar. And they're seeing it all the time. Now, how do you get it out to the general public, the end user? You know, if you're an owner and you own 100 buildings, you're probably a CoStar client. If you're an owner and you only own 3 buildings and they're, you know, a couple duplexes, you're probably not going to pay for CoStar. You're buying one every couple of years and you don't have CoStar, but where do you want to search? You're going to search on LoopNet. So that's the audiences.
That is a little more, like, client facing.
Correct. Yeah,
More public facing.
that's correct.
Can you explain why how LoopNet is different?
Yeah.
Funny you should ask.
I flew by that slide, so maybe you didn't pick it up. By the way, I got a couple questions coming in from the Zoom, so I'll come back to that. Well, let's see if we can show this. So CoStar is a census database. So we track the building, we track all the buildings, whether it's for sale or for lease. Then we track all the 35 years of history on that building, when it last sold, who the true owner is, who has the loan on it, and so forth. Where LoopNet's just going to be whether it's for sale or for lease. So you won't be able to do those deeper dives in CoStar to get all that research and all that history. 50% more listings on CoStar than on LoopNet. So if your client's saying, if you think you're talking to your client and they're searching on LoopNet with you, well, you can tell your client, look, I have access to other listings that are not on LoopNet. Free to search, right? It's free to list, but pay to get access. It's okay.
So why are there, so I assume then if there's 50% more listings, that a listing on CoStar does not automatically feed to LoopNet.
You have to have a LoopNet account in order to put your listing up on LoopNet.
Okay.
So it's free to search LoopNet, you pay to list on LoopNet. It's free to list on CoStar, you pay to get access to CoStar. That's kind of how the model works. Sure. Yeah, because you need them on LoopNet to get onto Google. Oh, okay. Like a Google search? Well, you can buy a gold or platinum or diamond ad, and we'll do keyword search and push it to the top of the Google search. It's probably on there somewhere, but it may not be on the first page. You may have to scroll through a couple pages. Yeah. I have a question on the chat here. Let me just see.
I'm headed with this chat, James.
Brian?
Brian,
Yeah, question?
yeah.
No, I was just saying, I'm following the chat, James.
Oh, okay.
What's the price?
The price. Can I go?
Wrapping you up?
Right, yeah, I know, right? I think we're done. We're done here.
Christina is the hook.
Yeah, I mean, CoStar is great, but I think that you have so many agents have reservations. If you're not doing it at scale in that caliber for commercial,
Yeah.
because when we talk about MLS board fees, I mean, it's such a minuscule fee compared to what CoStar.
Yeah, it's good point. Pricing's about 300 to 500 a month. And it's a 1-year commitment. So you have to, think about your business.
With a portion of the distances.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do 1 deal a year, then yeah, I think it's worthwhile. However, if you're doing a few, or you're entertaining a few, or you're in the realm of doing a few, then it's a worthwhile investment. I mean, our renewal rates are 95%, over 30 years in the business. You do get customized training. So if you're doing multifamily and you want one-on-one, I can sit down with you, grab a cup of coffee and we sit down and tackle CoStar together. Yeah, and I've been with CoStar, this will be 25 years with the company. Started out of college, so I've seen it growing a lot. And I really think the you refer to the residential agents that are doing commercial, resi-mercial. I think you guys have such a great prospect because you have the clients. You're selling homes. They may want to buy an apartment building, and why give that deal to someone else? You can go right in CoStar and do it yourself. So thanks for having me.
Thank you.
If you want to ask me any questions after, we'd love to chat with you.
Excellent.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, Brian, is that it? Paula, anything else? Oh, you guys are getting, you look like I just shut up a flare. What the? Say it one more time. Pocket listings. Okay, pocket listings coming soon. Anybody have pocket listings coming soon? They'd like to share, Christina.
I have a development play. If you guys have developers looking for projects, I know there's a lot of people calling me for that. So so potentially right now I've got 2 lots. I'm trying to tie up 4 lots together. So it's an R3 TOC 4 off on Wilton
Place. Wilton Place.
Yeah, the biggest busy one is.
Yeah, so Wilton between 6th and 5th. So right now I've got 2 sellers on board. We're just kind of talking about price, but I may potentially have 4 adjoining.
Yeah, Pete did a 7 contiguous lot.
On Wilton.
On Wilton.
Yeah, north of
Wilton.
And they built that whole block. Yeah.
So
Anybody knows or interested? Contact Christina. All right, who else? Anybody else? Coming soon? Pocket listing? Okay. Next is wants and needs. Anybody have wants and needs? Before we go, come on.
I need an agent in Tallahassee,
Tallahassee, Florida.
residential.
Residential agent, Tallahassee, Florida. What's that?
AW Connect.
KW.
Yeah, I'll look there, but I thought it'd be.
That's something personal. Absolutely.
I have a unicorn. I have somebody who's looking for off markets. Fixer, single family to 4 units, east side, whatever that means. So
Say it one more time.
I have a buyer who's looking for an investment. It's not, they're not looking to live in
An
it.
investor buyer,
So they want to fix it up, single family.
single family,
4 units,
4 units on the east side.
up to 2 million. And, east side, whatever that means.
Will they deal with tenants?
I haven't talked about that. That's a good.
That's one way you add value to a property is you deal with the tenants, right? You buy it with the crappy tenants and you evolve that tenancy into better tenants, right?
We have something coming up.
Okay.
Florence and Normandy couldn't be any more east.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Florence and Normandy.
Anyone else wants?
Very famous.
Needs?
I have clients in town next week looking for 2,000 to 3,000 square feet up in the hills, with views and a pool. If anybody's got anything that's cool, like has character,
Oh, what's their price range?
Yeah.
I'll go up to 3.5 probably.
3.5? Okay. Character.
They're just from out of town and they'll be around next week, so if anybody's got.
Has something coming up?
Pete, you got anything?
I'll have a broker's caravan. I'll talk to you about that, and then you can put that in. I have a broker's caravan in Culver City, and I'll actually have like a couple truck there.
Any snacks or just coffee?
I'll be getting
Just the coffee.
with brokers, and then we're gonna have a trailer truck for the general public.
Okay.
Nice, sure.
All right, anyone else? Wants, needs? Anyone? Okay, guys, have a great week. If you can give a little extra love, give it this week. And if you need it, ask for it.
Oh, I love
Okay?
that. Thanks,
There
Joey.
seems to be a lot of people who need it, so I'm ready to give it, but, be aware, okay?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joey. There's cards up here for the co-star guy if you guys need one.
You got Clint.
Yeah, what I'm